Good morning. Today is April 26, 2021, and I want to welcome you to Lord of Life. We welcome you each morning at 11:30 for this daily devotion. I'm Rob Henderson, one of the pastors here, and I want to talk for a few moments this morning about the gift of time. Tick, 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 and there go a few seconds of our day. Now is the time, the acceptable time, the good time, the opportune time. There's a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to keep and a time to discard. Whether you hear a tune in your head as I read those words or remember them from the book of Ecclesiastes, they are beautiful words. Time is a part of our learning from the earliest days. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock struck one, the mouse ran down, hickory dickory dock. In the wonderful film Dead Poets Society, the student's favorite teacher, John Keating, takes his students into the hollowed hallways amid the photographs of classes long since departed from that esteemed institution. And he says, "Gentlemen, these boys around you are fertilizing daffodils, but if you listen closely, you can hear them whisper their legacy to you. Lean in, boys. Listen. Do you hear it? Do you hear it? Carpe. Hear it? Carpe diem. Seize the days, boys. Make your life extraordinary. The clock of our lives is running. I ask you, what is the value of this day? To realize the value of a year, ask the student who just failed the final exam. Of a month, ask the parent of the premature child. Of a day, ask the laborer with 12 children to feed. Of the hour, ask lovers waiting to meet. Of a minute, ask the person who has just missed the plane or the train. Of a second, ask the person who has just survived the accident. Of a millisecond, ask the person who has just won silver in the Olympic race. On January 15, 2005, Katie Kirkpatrick, the girl with the contagious smile and unrelenting optimism, married the love of her life. She was a ravishing bride. She stole the day with her beauty inside and out. Katie and Nick had, though, an unusual accessory at their wedding. It's there in all the photographs. She needed it for the ceremony and the reception as well. It was her oxygen tank. In one memorable photo, she's in a wheelchair, her new husband serenading his high school sweetheart. 3 years before, on Valentine's Day 2002, Katie, who was then a freshman at Rochester College, was diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor. By 2003, it had metastasized and wrapped itself around her pulmonary artery. On January 20th, 2005, 5 days after her wedding, Katie died. Nick says she was his dream come true, the most beautiful angel ever, caring and selfless and an inspiration to everyone, always smiling no matter what. He said she was as close to perfect as anyone God made. Katie Kirkpatrick, I suggest to you this morning, lived more life in 21 short years than many people live in 3 or 4 times that span. When we open Scripture, we find that God uses 2 words to describe time: chronos time, clock time, and kairos time, God's time. Kairos enhances our lives. Kairos brings meaning to chronos. Kairos is what John Keating had in mind when he said to his students, Carpe diem, seize the moment, seize the day. He was looking through the lens of his life back at himself as an adolescent. He had now the gift of history. He knew how to look through God's lens of Kairos and celebrate the time that God has given us. Carpe diem, my friends. God has given us this day. Seize the day. relish it, squeeze every last drop of life out of it, so that when you lay your head on the pillow tonight, you think back with a smile on all the ways that God has blessed you this day. I want to thank you for joining us this morning for this daily devotion. I invite you to join us each morning at 11:30 for a daily devotion. A reminder, our contemporary service, which has been on Saturday afternoons and will be on Saturday afternoons through the second week in June, will shift back to Sunday mornings beginning on May 16th. Have a great day.